Hey fam, how are you doing out there on this amazing 10 of Clubs day? 10 of Clubs is the card that supports me in life. Whew, it's hot. The 10 of Clubs is the card that supports me in life on the Grand Solar Square. So today's energy, hey Jana, today's energy is good. Hey, got that 10 of Clubs energy today. Urban Princess, that's our supportive card. So today I'm supported from a teaching and a coaching perspective, because the 10 of Clubs is the teacher, they're the coach, and the challenging common card is the Jack of Spades, the card of opening doors, the card of initiation. And I ain't lying, I've been doing shadow work. I ain't lying that I've been doing shadow work. And it's interesting when things arise in you and you can identify it, that this is something you have to look at. Hey, sweetie. So things have been coming up in me. And I know with the Five of Hearts year, that's going to be the theme. The Five of Hearts sits in, I just ran up the hill, guys. And I mean, the hill is like maybe, I don't know, 24 feet, and I'm out of breath. That's just disrespectful. I mean, I'm sitting here and I just realized that I'm going, really? I mean, I need to really get to some serious exercise and some walking and stuff, because that's not good. Whew. Wow. I had to catch my breath, because my breath is ahead of me somewhere, because I'm like, why are you sounding like this? So the shadow work, when it comes up in you, you need to really sit with it and see, what is this really pointing at? You know what I mean? Because it's starting to intensify for me. I don't know if it's intensifying for you guys, but it's intensifying for me, and I know that I am really doing the work. It's like stuff that I thought had been resolved, and it's coming up, and it's coming up at a different level. So I'm not running from it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is still some stuff that I have to resolve. This is still some stuff that I have to look at. And that's what's been happening this month. And what is so cool, it's the King of Spades month. And King of Spades is my Mercury, and it's the card that supports me in life. It's the King of Spades. It sits right next to me, so it's definitely protection on high. So I've been using that to have courage to really look at some things. It's like you don't really want to look at everything. You just want to wait a minute, guys. I don't want to hit nobody's car. I talk too much junk to be hitting people's cars. Oh my God. Aquarius Maximus car. So the shadow work that I have been looking at, it has been intensifying. And, I could say that, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do any more shadow work. Whoa, that was mighty close to that mailbox, sister girl. I could say I don't. I said I had a poor connection. I've been having a poor connection all day with T-Mobile, and I don't understand that. I don't know what's going on with T-Mobile since they took over Sprint. But they need to get their act together. But yeah, the shadow work has been, it's interesting, because I sit and I look at the things that I need to look at, and I hold space, hoping that as I'm looking at these things inside of myself, that it's going to lead to, reunification with people, that they're doing their shadow work too. That's my biggest thing. My biggest thing is, are they doing their shadow work? So, we can go to a higher octave. Because the shadow work that's coming up inside of me, it's about relationships, and that's important because the Five of Hearts year, guys, is going to be all things relationships. Five of Hearts sits in Venus, Saturn. So that's saying a lot. That's really saying a lot about relationships and how we have relationships and how we look at relationships. It's important that we really learn to appreciate, ourselves first. That's for me. That's what I've learned in the last 5 years. Last 5 years, I've had a Five of Hearts journey because the Five of Hearts was in Pluto. So I've had a journey of, how I am with myself. Because that's the person that you live with. That's the person who you are. So I've been doing a lot of shadow work about relationships, and it's been so healing and so amazing. I can't tell you how amazing it's been. The person that I am today, I was not this person a couple of years ago. I had to do the work to get to this place. I was a wreck. You know what I mean? I was literally a wreck because I was doing everything on the outside, being pleasing to people and, making sure this was that way and that, being things, Venetian things, because, I'm a Libra. So making sure that this is that way, that, doing all of that outside stuff. And when Pluto hit my Five of Hearts, it said, oh no, that's just not even how it's going to go from here on in. I don't care how you look. Your inside is really bad. You know what I mean? The inside of you is really bad. Your expectations and what you have and all of the things that you need to work on is what we're going to be working on, because you keep doing the same things over and over again. And that was Saturn. So the Five of Hearts, Saturn sat me down and it said, no, we're going to fix this, and you're going to fix it one way or the other. You either do the work or Pluto is going to drag you. And I don't do being dragged so well. So thank God that, and I guess because I'm a social worker, I do understand, I have some kind of understanding about doing the work. So this year coming up, we're going to be looking at that shadow work. We're going to be looking at that shadow work as a collective, because the Nine of Diamonds is Pluto to the United States this year. So we are going to be doing Nine of Diamonds work with the Five of Hearts. So that's going to be real interesting, because the Nine of Diamonds in Pluto, it's telling you gotta let go of some stuff. Whatever you think you think you're doing, and whatever you think you have to look at and see what you have to let go of with the Nine of Diamonds in Pluto. Has your money been funny? Have you lost jobs? Things are not the way they used to be. That's the Nine of Diamonds in Pluto. Nine of Diamonds in Pluto is taking care of stuff that you never took care of. You know what I mean? Were you grateful of the jobs that you had? Did you take them for granted? Are you not supposed to be doing the work that you're doing? You know what I mean? Do you know that there's something that you're supposed to be doing and you keep putting it off? And you keep taking jobs that are beneath you and jobs that you don't even want to do. The Nine of Diamonds is going to make you uncomfortable. The Nine of Diamonds in Pluto is going to make you uncomfortable. It's going to make you do that shadow work, because nines are graduations. Nines are letting go. Nine is, okay, I've done this, now I got to move on. And that's what the Nine of Diamonds is. It's about your values. When the Nine of Diamonds shows up, it says it's time to let go of something. So with the Nine of Diamonds in Pluto, what is it that you need to let go of? to earn, to have better relationships? What is it that you need to look at and let go of? And that's what the Nine of Diamonds has been telling us since July. So you can look back at because this is the United States birthday, which is the collective. So you can look back from July and assess what has happened in your life to see what you didn't do and what you need to do. So you can be folded into the Five of Hearts year without double Pluto. You know what I mean? Without Pluto saying, yo. You know what I mean? You don't want that. You really don't want that. You want to be, letting go of stuff and, graduating with that Nine of Diamonds and Pluto, because you're going to be in a better place. The Nine of Diamonds doesn't want to work for anybody. Nine of Diamonds is an entrepreneur, period. Nine of Diamonds wants to create their wealth. They don't like being told what to do. They don't want to work for anybody. That's the bottom line with the Nine of Diamonds. But we have to work for people until we can do what we do. Everybody's not entrepreneur material. So if you're thinking, I want to quit my job, you can't just quit your job and you don't have anything in this place. That's just not a good look. It's not. Don't just quit your job because I feel like, I want to quit my job. No, that's not what the Nine of Diamonds is saying. It's saying get a plan. Don't just walk away from the job. That's karma. That's stuff that you've done in the past, and you keep doing it, and you keep ending up in the same place. That's karma. The Nine of Diamonds is saying transcend this karma. Pluto is going to get you to the center of the universe. This is a 5-year journey for the United States, because this is where the Nine of Diamonds is sitting. So over the next 5 years, we're going to see big transformation in things. And we have a Democratic president, and I hate for people to think they're getting a stimulus check and they're not. Democrats do not give out money. I don't know. You need to look at all of the past administrations. They don't. Democrats create programs. Democrats created welfare. Democrats created Social Security. All of these things are created under Democratic program. They create programs. They give money to states, and then their cousins and all of them kind of people administer the money. They get grants and all that kind of stuff, and then you can't even, you need to slow down. I do not know why you so aggressively driving up on me, ma'am, or sir, or whoever you are. But I don't do that. Thank you very much. So you looking at the Nine of Diamonds in the United States for over the next 5 years, it's about you building. It's in Pluto. Money is going to change. How money is dealt with in this country is going to change. That's the bottom line. The stimulus that you got under the last Three of Diamonds administration, the King of Hearts is not that guy. His transformation card is a Three of Diamonds. He's a higher octave of the Three of Diamonds. He's going to be doing things differently. And he is, he was a vice president for 8 years, so he already knows the game. He don't have to get in the White House and learn stuff. He already knows the game. He already got his plan and his strategy and everything together. But it's not about issuing out stimulus. It's not. That's just not going to happen. For people who sitting around waiting for a stimulus check. I know it's a lot of people that are now, well, I voted, I did this, but why? You got to learn about politics more than just voting. It's not just about voting. You needed to know what you were voting for and why. And Democrats are not they are not those people that's going to just be writing checks for you. Just do the, look back at the 8 years of Obama administration. How many checks did he write? Didn't do it. It's not what they do. They create programs. They create things that they think people need. They're not into you being free from the government. They're not, because the government is their life. The government is how they make their money. So in order to ensure that they make money, they create stuff. And I can say that because I worked for the federal government for 30 years. So I pretty much know that there's no more stimuluses and all of that kind of stuff coming. Not under Democratic administration. They're not those people. You know, that's a whole different mindset between the Democrats and the Republicans. It just is. And that's why Republicans fight so hard against Democrats. Democrats don't fight that hard against Republicans, but Republicans know it's going to be, you know, but they had their 4 years. So use the energy of the Nine of Diamonds to assess where you are and where you want to go, along with how the United States is going. Do you need to go back to school? Do you need to, change your career? Do you need to get more skills? Do you need to get more certifications? What are the things that you need to do to make yourself, hey sweetie, what are the things that you need to do to make yourself more marketable in this upcoming year? Because the Nine of Diamonds, businesses are going away that have businesses are leaving, especially this month because of holiday and stuff like that. So many businesses are going to close down, because people don't have the money to be spending money like that. So we're going to see a lot of businesses close. You're seeing a lot of people going home and working from home. So we can see that the structure and everything in the country is changing. So you have to figure out what is it that you can do to make yourself, she says, I want to get my SPHR. Okay. I don't know what that is, Urban Princess. I promise you I don't. I know it's something to do with, I'm sure it's something to do with education, right? But yeah, you definitely want to do that. And there'll be different programs and different stimulus stuff to those programs, because when people are out of work, especially like a state like Georgia is a state that gets a lot of money because Georgia's unemployment rate is so low, and so high, and Georgia's education rate and all of the kind of stuff is so Georgia gets a lot of money sent to it for programs, so grants and all that kind of stuff, but you gotta know where to look for them at. Oh, human resources. Okay, human resource certification. That's good. But yeah, Georgia gets a lot of money. I don't know the state that you live in, but you gotta look at your state and look at your state's the number. How is your state ranked? It's gonna tell what kind of help it's gonna get to help get its people back to work. And you want the programs and the things that are here. You have different programs that will let you go back to school for free and get a certification because you're unemployed and you meet the income. I'm a job coach. I was a job coach. I've done job coaching for many years. So I'm retired now, but I still stay ahead of it, and I still do coaching and stuff like that. But you have to get yourself back in the market. And to get yourself back in the market, you have to bring yourself up. Certifications are much more valuable than degrees. You know what I mean? Getting a master's in something, if you have to pay for it, how beneficial is that if you came out with a nut that you can't even pay for because you can't get a job? So getting certifications and stuff like that make you more marketable. They just do. Certifications are they're more beneficial in this time than you going back to school to live off of loans and then coming out owing. That's just not, you don't want to do that anymore. You never wanted to do that at all. Pretty much looks like there'll be, forgiving student loans and stuff like that going forward. Looks like that's something that they definitely will be putting out programs and stuff like that, but it's not going to be across the board. They're not going to just say one day we forgiving everybody's loan. They're not. That's not what Democrats do. If you have been paying on it and you've been doing the things that you need to do, but the program is going to be set up where you have to meet the criteria. If you don't meet the criteria, you're not going to get it. So you need to start paying your loan. You need to get out of the arrears. You need to get back in the black if you want that forgiven. You need to make arrangements and stuff like that. Think about the Six of Diamonds. Where's the Six of Diamonds in your chart? Because you owe that money. And if you're not paying that money and you're not doing what you need to do with that money, the Six of Diamonds is going to beat you up. It just is. You have to know how to pay your bills. That's the bottom line. The Six of Diamonds is saying pay your bills. You know, it's not saying you got to pay them all, but it's saying you got to pay them. It's not saying, okay, you owe $40,000, and no, it's saying you need to call, make arrangements. If you pay $50 a month, if you pay $25 a month, when something comes up where they say, okay, we're forgiving these loans, you can now apply. That's the Six of Diamonds. The Six of Diamonds is saying you have to make some sort of effort, because I'm going to come back in the future. And when I come back in the future, if you haven't done what you need to do, then you're going to owe me. It's like you owe the Six of Diamonds as opposed to the Six of Diamonds owing you. And you don't never want to owe the Six of Diamonds, right? And the Six of Diamonds is definitely in the Nine of Diamonds. It's just a higher octave. It's a higher octave. Nine of Diamonds definitely has a Six of Diamonds in it. So when we look at these next years with the Nine of Diamonds, we're going to look at debts. Definitely going to be looking at debts, and we're going to be looking at when the United States, and that's what we know, that's what we see. And we have the cards, and the cards tell us where we're going and what trajectory that we're on. And the trajectory that we're on is that you got to change some stuff. You got to change some stuff. So, you know, do what you can do to, you know, it's not saying, you know, yeah, things are rough, but they need to look in the system. They're going to have certain codes. And when they put the codes in, you're not going to come up. The codes that they put in for you to meet the criteria, it's going to say you're in default. You automatically don't fit in that. This year is my Six of Diamonds. Oh, wow, totally. That's very blessed. You know, that's very blessed. Do what you got to do and reap the rewards of the Six of Diamonds. Because they're going to put codes in the system. That's what they do. They're not doing all that work. They're going to put codes in the system. This federal government wants to disqualify as many people as they can. That's what they do. It's not about qualifying. It's about how many people are disqualified. After they finish with what they're doing, then they'll start, okay, we got $50 billion and only 10 billion of those people can get forgiveness. That's what they do. They're looking at disqualifying you. So when you're in default, you're disqualified. That's the bottom line. So if you can get yourself back into good standing and call and talk to somebody, and they can change the codes in the system and say this person is in good standing, then you got a dog in the fight. But if you're in default, don't think you're gonna get your loan forgiven. Not in a Democratic administration. That is not gonna happen. It's just not. It's not gonna happen. But the people who are going to get them, you know, they're going to look at people that were on the front line and all of that kind of stuff. They're going to start with them first, but they're still going to have to meet the criteria. Just because you're a nurse don't mean they're going to forgive your student loans. Just because you're a doctor, that's not what it means. And people are going to be so upset with the administration when they don't understand politics. Gotta learn. People just want to vote and they don't want to know what politics are really about. They're about politics. You know, we need to do this, but we need to do this as without causing a lot of pain to the money and the budgets that we oversee. You know what I mean? If they pay off all your student loans, that gotta come from somewhere. And it's not gonna come from their budgets. That's just not gonna happen. So look and call and do what you can do with this Nine of Diamonds in Pluto, and see what you can do to, you know, get in good standing. You know, and that's for everything that you have. That's the Six of Diamonds. The Six of Diamonds says you have to be making an attempt. If you're making an attempt, it's going to meet you where you are. If you're not making an attempt, boy, these cops is out here. Today is Tuesday in my county, and it's ticket day. It's like, I don't know, boy. You got to know these things. Tuesday day is ticket day in my county. Gotta know where they at and try to stay under the speed anyway. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, really seriously look at that, guys. You know, if you know someone that is someone that you can, you know, that is a financial person, there's so much out there that we don't know that if we knew, we could do so much better about finances and about, just don't give up. Don't just throw up your hand and say, I can't. No, yes, you can. Yes, you can, but you have to call the United Way, and that's 211. And ask them if they know of any places that do that. You know, your library, different places in your town and in your county and in your state do these things for free. But you have to find those things. You know what I mean? They do these things for free. And it's definitely, you know what? There is so much out there, but you have to find it. Call around. You know, there's different, there's just so much out there. I know there's so much out here in Georgia. There's so many amazing people in Georgia that I know that do amazing work. You know what I mean? And have worked with my clients, and you know, I've learned so much with them working with my clients. I've had so much information. You know, so they're out here. You just have to put yourself out there and find them. And that's what the Nine of Diamonds is saying. The Nine of Diamonds is a graduation, guys, if you've done the work. If you haven't done the work, you're going to be frustrated with the Nine of Diamonds. And some people get frustrated. It's like the Nine of Diamonds shows up and, you know, they don't even know how to use their energy. Yeah, I know that. I hear lots of people talk about the Nine of Diamonds because they haven't done their work. If you do your work and the Nine of Diamonds shows up, you in good standing. Do that shadow work. Because I'm doing the shadow work these last couple of days. And I guess it's going to be this month. Because it's a King of Spades month. And it's a good month. My ancestors and my guides are saying this is a good month for you to do this shadow work. Because the King of Spades got you. You know what I mean? So lean in, you know, and whatever is pointing at where you need to go, follow it. You know, follow the direction. Get yourself those good spiritual practices, guys. We are in amazing times. We are getting ready to go through a major shift. Don't get left behind. Don't get left behind on the rocks and, you know, you being dragged and beat up and you don't understand why you're not feeling amazing and in that shift. You didn't do the work. You didn't do the work. Do the work. You don't have to know Cardology. You don't have to know astrology. You don't have to know anything to be amazing. You just have to be amazing. You have to get up every day and know you're amazing. Get up every day, do something amazing for yourself, and then set the day out to be better every day. When you look at the Five of Hearts year, that's what it's going to be. It's going to come in flat-footed. We are in a Four of Hearts decade. I can't stress that enough. We only have 1 year of this Four of Hearts. Okay? So when January 1st hits, that's year 2 of this Four of Hearts. It's not over. The work is not over. And we look at our country and we look at our home and we look at around us, we know the work's not over. We know the work's not over. So what you gonna do? Are you gonna do the work, or are you just gotta do the work? Because the Five of Hearts is gonna be freedom all around. People are gonna feel like, oh, this feels so good. And then Saturn is gonna hit them and say, where you going? You didn't do the work. You didn't do the work. You know? So lean in, have an amazing day, do something amazing for yourself. This is 10 of Clubs. We have access to the crown line. 10 of Clubs is the coach, it's the teacher. You know, it's the card of opening doors. You know, it's the initiate. What are you being initiated into today? What doors are opening for you today? You know, what amazing things are happening for you today? That's what you got to look at. That's the things that you need to look at today. and lean in and have a great and amazing one. Peace.